Hi and welcome to Add More Zest. My name's Rebecca, also known as 4Kids at 147. It is nippy today, so I have wrapped up. Winter has definitely set in the UK. It has been quite a mild November, I would say, for November. But come December, we have had what they call a cold snap coming in, and I think it's a bit of a culture shock to us all because it has gone freezing. So I hope everybody is well and ready for the 9th of December. I love this square. Today I'm using our purple glitter tray. That mark you can see is just my label on the bottom, because give it a couple of months and I will forget what month trays were brought out. So yeah, I am using our purple glitter, which you really, there is just silver flecks all the way through it. The camera doesn't pick it up extremely well, but yeah, I'm using that and our limited edition tray. Both of these, the limited edition pen, which comes as standard with plastic tips, and the tray both launch this evening. So I thought, let's get them used. Ideal time. But yes, here is the little snow globe for this month. Now I do need to do some shuffling, just a little bit, because I shuffled them all out the way for my other squares. But let's shuffle these. At least I won't have to move these pieces of paper again before they become the square of the day. Oh, look at it. Love it. Love it. Little snow globe. Okay, let's zoom in and I can get my canvas scooted up a little bit. Try and make sure. Oh, there we go. Get as zoomed in as possible on day 9. There we go. And let's get ourselves some grey ready to get going. It's getting closer and closer. We're about to get to double digits. I don't know if I'm quite ready for double digits. So comments, questions, discussions. Linda loves diamond painting. She said, hi Rebecca. She said this comment is regarding the calendar for next year. She said she thinks everyone would agree with me that you definitely need to keep one for yourself. She said, I, like another subscriber, was waiting for you to open something on day 1 and was a little bit disappointed when you didn't get one to open for yourself. She said, even if you know what's in them. She said she understands the reason I haven't 100%. She said perhaps you can get yourself a chocolate one, or even better, a coffee one if they exist. She said loves the advent. Thank you so much. Yeah, next year I will take that on board and I will keep hold of one to open. But next year, so far what we have in the plans, in the works and the numbers is we are planning on pretty much doubling what was sold this year. So if we talk what was sold for 12 day and for the main advent, numbers wise we are looking at doubling, to make sure that we have enough for growth, and we have extras, like we want to have ones left over, and then we will just sell separate items until they're gone, and work that way to make sure that we have enough. We don't want to not have enough. So yeah, And the buying will probably start soon for them. It will probably start soon, partly from a business perspective. If you can imagine even buying 100 advents, of which there will be more, but even if we bought 100 at, you know, whatever X cost for the actual advent itself, or even each item, and you times that by 24, it is a lot of investment into one item, even if it is 24 separate items, if that makes sense. So yeah, as a business, we're probably going to start buying things for that advent soon, rather than doing an outlay for everything all at once. Plus, it gives us a chance to ensure that things arrive, things are the quality we want, etc, etc. But yeah, I do have an advent calendar. It is a jelly bean advent calendar. So I do have one that I get to open each day. My son actually has a coffee one. His sister's picked it up for him because he's not a fan of the chocolate calendars. So he does have one that gives him a coffee pot, a Costa coffee pot each day. And he loves Costa. So there are coffee ones out there. Maybe I should get myself one of those for next year, alongside my diamond painting one, which I will open. There are a few things that people have been showing that they've been opening. And yeah, I think it will be nice for me to open one as well, because then it also gives me a chance to, you know, discuss any item if there's some sort of reason behind it being included and things like that. And it will give me a chance to discuss. Lynn also says she is loving the advent, and she says thank you very much. Liz, she says, thank you for another great whip and waffle. She says, yay, she finished before me. She said she's also finding a few square drills in her rounds. It's keeping her on her toes. There definitely seems to be some sort of mix-up. Somebody has put some wrong drills in the round and indeed potentially in the square. Maybe they just tipped a set amount of drills into the wrong storage bin just to keep us busy. But hey, it gives me something to pop into my little trashy tray anyway. Marty says she loves the sweet little bird image for the 5th, and thanks for another great whip and waffle. Got a little bit of fluff on this one, a little bit of wispy plastic, but it did come off, so that's good. Melissa, she says no diamond painting advent for her again today. So this was on the 5th. She said she didn't realise how much stuff that she actually had. She said the apartment looks like Box City, so she doesn't think she will be doing hardly any in December. Yes, moving will definitely keep you busy. And while you may not think you have much stuff, and you may not think that once it's all been unpacked, when it's all in boxes and all sat in one place waiting to find its little homes, I can imagine it is horrific. I remember when we packed one of our daughters for uni. I mean, they seem to have got easier to pack for uni, the more we've gone through it. But the first one we packed for uni, even just her uni things completely filled our front room. Yeah, and I was surprised that it all managed to come out of her bedroom, or most of it managed to come out of her bedroom, bar maybe her cooking stuff. She said she did build a bed. She said she's moved loads of boxes about and plumbed in her washing machine. She says she still has so much organising to do, and she says she's not even started Christmas shopping. You need to do what I did, Melissa, for Christmas shopping. I highly recommend it. Keris and I sat at the table with our computers, wrote a list, checked it twice, and went online shopping. We are still waiting for everything to arrive. There is that element of things, but yeah, it made it so much easier. And yeah, pretty much everything is ticked. Keris did some wrapping yesterday, so that was all. You know, we've wrapped the royal we have wrapped a batch of presents so that they're ready to go, and I think she's planning on having another wrapping session tomorrow with anything else that's come in. Though Royal Mail strike today, and Sunday is the ones that they're striking this time, and I have a couple of parcels. Oh, I've just realised I have a question mark one there that's going to jump in. I even have a couple of parcels that have come into the country. They were ordered earlier than this last weekend. They have come into the country, and they have actually been sat in Heathrow for a week. They have not moved from Heathrow, so I don't know if Heathrow have a backlog as much as some of the other Royal Mail sorting offices do. But I think the strike action is definitely starting to be felt a little bit more. And I think they have strike action ready for next week, I think Wednesday and Thursday. But of course, any orders for launch on Friday night, most, if not all, will go out on Monday. So hopefully it will at least make its way to everybody's local sorting office. And depending on how well they're coping, hopefully they'll start arriving pretty quick. Okay, do I have any of that symbol in there? I don't think so. Time for some black. Let's see how many squares I can find in this one today. Get my white trash sheet. It's empty now, courtesy of me knocking it yesterday. I did decide to empty it out. Jackie did quite rightly say in reply to Melissa's comment, she said, if you haven't got time for dotting, she says, do make sure that you still have some me time. She said, even if it's just sitting with your feet up with a well-earned cuppa. Too right, Jackie. Melissa, especially now, it can be so easy to burn out with moving house. And if you want, to be able, just to ensure that you can enjoy Christmas and the festivities that Christmas brings, give yourself a cut-off time, or do make sure that you take lots of regular breaks in the day. But I recommend that you give yourself a working day with getting the apartment organised. Make sure you take a lunch break, and make sure that you take an evening break of actually a good, decent stint of time, because the last thing you want is to be so exhausted come Christmas that you can't enjoy it. So rest up and enjoy the process. And a few boxes piled in the corner that don't need dealing with yet can always be covered in a nice blanket. until the new year. Or maybe that gap between Christmas and New Year, where it's often a little bit quieter. All Things Crafty by Kaz. She said she is loving the items that came in the 12-day Advent. She said she is opening them each day. She's taking a picture and then she is uploading them to her personal Facebook page so that she doesn't spoil the surprise for everyone. She said once the 12/24 days are up, she'll post to the group. I can't wait for everybody's thoughts on the Advent. I find out everybody's favourites as well. That'll be fun. I did start writing a list last night because my mind was going with so many different things that could potentially be in an Advent. I was like, I need to write these down before I forget any. Nancy, she said, thanks again for today's video. She said she did finish just before me, but she has to confess she completed the first 2 colours before she turned on the video. She said, happy diamond painting, everybody. This is the one of the comments that was like the little cheats that I spoke about the other day. Not cheats, little side notes where people have, done something beforehand in preparation so that they have a fighting chance of getting completed by the time the video ends. Kit Knits for Sanity, she said, catching up on the Advent. She said, you probably have this all figured out, she says, by the time she writes this. But she really doesn't watch the video while, she doesn't watch the screen while my video's on. She said, so you should work on your painting however is most comfortable for you. She's usually working on her own stuff while she listens. Yeah, I think there's an element of that. There are a few people that do watch. And I will go back to my easel come, any whip and waffles, what will be now next year. That's frightening. Working on other paintings on a whip and waffle will be next year. But yeah, I just think the view, just because of it being a square, I think that's partly what it is, and it's an image in its own right. I think that also makes a difference. I've got one round diamond there that is bigger than the rest. Oh, it's got a coating all the way around it. There we go. That's why it wouldn't move. But yeah, I'm happy with this viewpoint. It can be a little bit tricky when I'm working on one on the top row, but apart from that, it's all good. I love the way the black brings it to life though. See, look, I'm throwing another one out my tray. I am really rough-handed with this at the moment. I don't normally have this problem when I'm sat down diamond painting. So I don't know why I've managed to do it so many times on this video. I think it's because it's a whip and waffle. I always end up doing something. Cassidy said, hi Rebecca. She said her birthday is today, which was the 5th. So happy birthday for the 5th. She says she thinks she has a new diamond painting from her family. She says she's so excited to open it and see what it is. Woohoo! I am waiting on my Dreamers Designs paintings. They're my treat for December. though I have no idea when they are actually going to turn up. Time will tell, I suppose. I'm also waiting on a few paintings from a new company to do an unboxing on, and I'm excited to see what they're like as well. I think there'll be an unboxing coming on my other channel, which is Add More Zest with Diamonds. It is linked in the blurb, in the description blurb. But yeah, I've got a new one. I'll be doing one of the unboxings over there. But it's a new company with high quality paintings. So we shall see what that one is like. Knits for Sanity, she said they put their tree up, and so far she said both the cats and the dogs have been pretty good. Luna still has the odd sniff. She still has the odd time she likes to try and take down one of the decorations for herself. Her fascination is, I have some like wood shape pieces that are a bit like tree bark. So there's some stars and some hearts and some circles that are like tree bark that bring some warmth into my tree. She likes to try and take one of those so that she can chew it. I also have a little white heart that is material. It's like corduroy material with a little button stitched on it. So it's very soft. It's like a soft little toy, like one of hers. She also tries to take that as well every now and then. It is up higher, that one. She has to get behind where I sit on the couch, but every now and then she goes for a little bit of a close sniff and be like, can I have this? Is this my toy? But apart from that, she has laid off a little bit. My daughter actually put the wrapped selection boxes under the tree the other day, and she seems to be leaving those alone, which is not bad considering there is food in them. I didn't expect that to happen. Some says they finally managed to finish a square at the same time as the video. She said, how, you ask? I checkerboarded the entire background before they started watching. That's one way to do it. See? Do a couple of colours before the video starts, or checkerboard your background before the video starts. That alongside watching the adverts, and it will all help you to get your diamond painting finished at the same time as me. Or just watch it twice. Or watch one of last year's along with a video of this year's, and it'll work. Grey Legrand, she says she's behind. She said today she should be doing December the 5th, and she hasn't done the 4th yet. Well, you have plenty of time to catch up with the painting. There's many days in December yet, and we all have days that push our time limits more than others. So pretty. I do love doing the black when the symbol is a big symbol. When the symbol is just a small, it doesn't have quite the same effect when the symbols are small dots, but when it's a big square, I think it looks amazing when you cover it up. You can just see the vividness come to life. We have a user. It just shows the username as a dot. She says, hi Rebecca. She says, long time viewer here. She says she's been watching for ages, but didn't have a YouTube account, so she couldn't comment. She said, believe it or not, she has just created one explicitly for this purpose. Absolutely love it and greatly appreciated. While you're here with an account, do make sure you hit that subscribe button. I am so close to hitting my next sort of milestone of 16,000. Last time I checked, I was like between 5 and 10. It was in single digits. So do please make sure your subscribe button is on. Turn the bells on if you want notifications of when the videos go up, especially if you're in a different time zone. It can take a little bit to adapt, especially when our clocks change and therefore the times change. So yeah, do make sure that you are subscribed for me if you could, and you can always hit the like while you're there. She says she loves my videos and especially the Advent whip and chats. She said, thank you so much for this wonderful group of fellow diamond painters / crafters that you have gathered together. They're an amazing bunch, and there's nothing like a group of crafters. Especially this lot. There's so many that are so supportive. She said, please keep up the awesome work and keep an eye out for many more comments from me. I will be doing. Thank you so much for taking the time to join up for an account that you wouldn't necessarily normally do, so that you could leave a comment. It is appreciated. I popped a new glue dot in this pen before we started, so I'm on the whole new glue dot preparation debacle where it is major sticky. Laurie said she has the round diamond painting. She said, and on the 5th day she decided to use the square black drills for eyes and buttons. She said they look so cute on the little bird. Happy dotting. Love it. Put those square diamonds to use, and just add them in because you can. Why not? Why not? A little bit of fun. Anna says another day finished. Yeah, the days are going so fast. I mean, we do have, Christmas with families at the end of it, but there will be a little bit of disappointment, I think, when this one's finished, because I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it. I think I might have to tip more black diamonds in a minute. I'm running low. Let's use up what I have. I do like to use the tray first. Lady Dax, she said it was nice watching this video today. She said as she did her section early today, she said it makes a change to just sit and watch. She said she also finished a small work in progress that she had on the go before she even started the Diamond Art Studio event in November. Woohoo! Just making sure these are straight. That black one isn't. There we go. That's better. Every now and then I do nudge as I'm going along if I feel that they're not quite straight enough. I think I've got another one that is bigger than the rest of the diamonds because it is trying to stay in the tray, and I've now just knocked it into the spout, so I'll deal with that one in a minute. Deal with that one when I'm done. All the others will move, but not the ones with a fat bottom. They get stuck because they're too big. too big for the tray. Heather, she says she is in diamond painting burnout at the moment. So she is waiting for her mojo to return. However, she is still enjoying all of my Advent videos while she latch hooks a gnome pillowcase. Oh, if you've got other crafts to do though, I think sometimes, you know, other crafts that you may love just as much as, say, diamond painting, I think it can be nice to flip between them, because I think you can have burnout. I mean, quite often I am forced to not diamond paint for a bit due to, you know, whatever is going on in day-to-day life, and I think they help me, you know, where I may have a week where I don't particularly get to diamond paint in the evening. I think they help me have a bit of time out from it all as a square. But yeah, having another hobby to do to switch things up a bit is nice. I absolutely loved picking my diamond painting up again after doing my cross stitch for a couple of days and doing the back stitch on that. And I think just doing another craft for a couple of days just sort of revived my love for it. And yeah, I'm ploughing my way through I Choose You now. I have 3 cover paper rows across the bottom, so I do still have the bottom section to do, but I have like 3 cover paper rows, so hopefully I'll be able to get that one done soon, get my mystery done, and I will get some videos done of the de-kitting and kitting ups of those, of my next ones, that you guys can watch while I'm away in Australia. So they just might be a bit more spread out, the videos, especially between Christmas and New Year. Spread them out a little bit. And then when I come back from Australia, we will all be, you know, up to date. We shall see. I have jet lag when I come back as well, quite often. Hopefully it's jet lag the right way. What I mean by the right way is quite often, I think my flight often lands at about 11 o'clock in the morning when I come back, and I make myself stay awake, though normally by about 6-7 o'clock I'm going to bed. But then I'm awake, and quite awake, at like 6 o'clock in the morning, and I can keep going again till about 7 o'clock at night, and I'm ready for bed. And I much prefer it when my jet lag works that way, because I can still get my daily stuff done, and then I just go to bed really early. We shall see what this next jet lag brings, if it's nice to me or not. Black is done. Oh, I've scooted down. My diamond painting is sliding itself down with the weight, but look at that. Love it. It looks awesome already, and it's just got the black on it. Got a couple of diamonds that are a bit too big. There we go. They just got stuck in the little grooves, because while this works for both, round are bigger than square. And occasionally, if the diamonds have just that little bit of excess plastic around them, they can get stuck. That's what my pen is for. Mixing it up, I'm going to sneak in with my is it dark grey diamonds, just to fill in that little gap. And I think I'm going to wait on my ABs as well, because I do have a new glue dot in this pen, so I'm going to wait on those. Let's go to some yellow. It's here. I should because these are interchangeable, I should just move it so that all my yellows are together. Would kind of make sense, wouldn't it? But hey, I'm here now. I've only got 3 strips of diamonds to look at to figure out which one it is that I need. So it's really not all that bad. Cross Stitch and Tat, she says, with this being Santa's busy season, she said she diamond paints in the morning. She has a short nap in the afternoon. Then she has dinner and appearances in the evening. She said she realised that she didn't post yesterday or today. She says she is keeping up on both, and she'll post progress pictures to the group soon. She says she did find out that there is no button to agree to the Facebook rules on her Kindle. However, it did show up when she used her phone. She says that's why she wasn't getting approval to join. But rest assured, Rachel is in the group now. And she has posted an amazing picture of Mr. and Mrs. Claus, or Father Christmas and Mrs. has been posted. So you can all see what they get up to. It's always nice to put a face to the comments. Yeah, just makes it a little bit easier to... It makes it more like a chitter chat, if I can put a face to the comments. Yolande says, hi Rebecca. She says, because I am left-handed, she starts from the bottom right corner. She says, thank you for keeping us company today. She says, enjoying the Advent so much. So there you go. There's another different way of starting your diamond painting in the bottom right corner rather than the bottom left, and then work your way up. Pretty. Quite a few different colours in this one. It wouldn't surprise me if we're actually going through all colours. Oh no, maybe not quite. Just had a look. We don't have this symbol, but we do have this one. So let's do this, because then I am done with this pot. Let's have a look at it symbols wise. I sometimes do that as well. Go through the symbols rather than going according to which diamond is next. So let's do a little bit of that. I know we've still started with the main ones that we do, but let my pots decide which ones I do next. Last night when I was doing some of I Choose You, I actually did some of it. I did uncover quite a big section for me, and I do a biggish section anyway, so I uncovered quite a big section, and then I decided to do it in order of the colour I could see the most, so whichever symbol stood out to me. So on this one it would either be the yellow or it would be this darker blue that would stand out to me, because they're the most prominent at the moment. And then once they were covered up, I went for the next symbol that was the most prominent and did it that way to try and reduce the amount of times that I missed a symbol because I'd uncovered such a big piece. And that's another fun way sometimes to do a diamond painting, especially if you are doing a big section all at once, is to pick the symbol that stands out to you and then move on to the next one. But on this one I am going by my pots. So I have left the pot with the AB until the end because of my pen. because it has a fresh glue dot. And it doesn't cope as well with fresh glue dots. So now we want 762. I think this has every colour bar 1 in it. Well, no, bar 3, because it doesn't have 2 of the ABs. Sonia, she says, hey, she says she's playing catch up as she had to miss out on diamond painting over the weekend. She says, but she still did her 24-day advent calendar. She said, but instead of opening the 4th, she said she opened the 7th. She said, then she carried on the next minute. She says, all were open. Oops. But all she can say is, oh my days, love, love, love them all, whoop, she said. P.S. You and your family are ace. We have another one that has succumbed to the talking advent calendar. The advent calendar that whispers in your ear, saying, open me, open me, open me. The dropping like flies. We might have to have a competition to see who makes it to the end without opening any days early. Maybe that should be the new competition. Kathy says the little birdie on the 5th is so cute. She said the ABs for the snow look so good. She said she's been working on her Christmas picture while she paints alongside everybody here. She says, see you all tomorrow. Right, I think I've got all the 762. We're on the darker one. 807 is my next one. Might be enough. Let's see. I can always tip more in, can I not? Nicola, she says, hi Rebecca. She says she finally managed to finish while the video was still going. So we've got another one. The 5th was the day for everybody to get finished while it was still going. She said she couldn't get one of the advent paintings. She says, but she is doing 2 30 by 40 paintings from Easy Whim. She says she's doing the round one with your video. She says a day behind. And a square one with her daughter Bethany. She said she's doing Snow Owl from Diamond Art Studio. She said the confetti is beep. She said she's hoping for a nice long ad to be able to keep up with me. She said, and Bethany managed to finish her square before her the other day and was celebrating as she says, I'm the queen of diamond painting. She said, apparently, as usually, she's so fast. Loving the advent and sorry for the essay. Oh, I love the essay. I love hearing that there's little competitions going on where Mum is queen of diamond painting. And her daughter was so happy that she beat her for one section. I think that just shows as well how excited kids can get when they beat you, but in effect for real, rather than just, being allowed to win whatever it is that you're doing. But when they successfully beat you, they can get so excited. Sometimes I think that's why kids laugh so much if we fall flat on our face. Because when they're young, they manage to fall a lot more often than we do. I think if you're doing a different painting as well, Nicola, you definitely have more chance of getting finished before me today, because I am changing colours like nobody's business. So many different colours in this one. It's amazing how many different colours you can get in. I still feel like I'm doing a decent chunk of each colour. You know, it's not like single ones, but there's so many different shades of the colours in this one. I just love the detail in it. Love, love, love it. Jess, we're on to some comments now from the 6th. She says, oh, that cross stitch finish is gorgeous. She says, congrats. Thank you. Cat Lady, she says, well done on the cross stitch. She said she did wonder just yesterday if you had found the time to complete it. She said she used the blue on today's bauble. I nearly mentioned it the day in the Advent the day before as well, to say that I was doing it. But you know how life can get. I had visions of something stopping me, whether it be a life event or just some snag in the cross stitch that made me put it down for a day or two, and then life stopping me from picking it back up, or just something happening that would result in me not finishing it. And I thought, if I put it on there, sometimes the questions and the, you know, giving myself a mini guilt trip can help me to finish something and go, oh yeah, I need to do that. Oh yeah, I need to do that. But I think that cross stitch has hung about for so long that if I'd had comments saying, have you finished it yet? And I hadn't, I'd probably get more angry. Not at the person for asking it, but just at the situation that it wasn't yet done. So yeah, I was determined I was getting it done. But I wasn't spilling the beans until it was finished. Oh dear. Right. Jackie says, oh wow, she says that finished cross stitch looks absolutely gorgeous. She says, well done. I do love it. That's the whole reason I did it. I haven't done cross stitch for ages, but I fell in love with that pattern. And I think it was a cross stitch group that I've been a member of for years. I don't particularly go on to the group, but I do still see posts come up in my feed from the group, and somebody was asking a question about the pattern and had put a picture, and that was it. I needed it. I absolutely fell in love with it. I just can't believe it took me over 2 years to do it. Time flies. Time flies when you keep getting distracted by diamond painting, is what it does. All Things Crafty by Kaz. She says she's completed day 6 this morning. She said, and she switched the normal 5200 with Crystal 5200. She says, and next to the AB, she says they are extra sparkly. So this was day 6. So there is a bit of both in there. There is the normal white. It's this one. There is the normal white, but then there is the AB whites as well. There's both in that one. A bit like there's both in this one. We have some normal white and we have some AB white. She says she's posted a close-up on the Facebook group. Sorry, she says it doesn't do it justice. Sometimes sparkle is one of the hardest things to get to show, not only in photos but in videos too. You really can't see, you know, the sparkle as well in this tray the same way you can in person. Just doesn't show up. But at least we can enjoy it close up. We do get some of the effect, we just have to expand it. All Things Crafty by Kaz says she definitely wants one next year, but she wants the 24-day advent. Yeah, that's what we're working on, is the 24-day advent. Whether we will bring out a 12-day advent, I'm not sure. But we're concentrating on the 24. Diamond Sparkle Chase, she says, fantastic news. She said it turned out beautifully. She says she's enjoying the advent and the little surprises. She says she's hoping to purchase a mint green or a sea green tray soon. She says, enjoy your day. Noted. We do note down the colours that people like to be able to see. We have quite a few different things coming in relation to tray colours next year. I'm quite excited. It's too early to discuss yet though. Too early. Anne says congratulations on finishing the cross stitch. She said she thinks it turned out gorgeous. And then Jackie has commented again. She said she would love to be able to get a zesty wolf. Okay, so maybe a reprint of some of the diamond paintings. Maybe we get in a selection as a sort of small rerun of some of them, so that those that did miss out can potentially get their hands on some. I will see what I can do. I have a daughter that's gone uni, so I might just use her bedroom for storage to try and make it work. Okay, so pot 2's done, and now I am left with white and white. White and AB white. So let's start with the standard 5200 and get some snow done. What I found with this advent, I don't know if anybody else has found the same, but when it comes to the point like now where I only have 2 colours left, it surprises me because I always think I have more sections or, you know, more time. I always think the last bit is going to take longer than it actually does. I don't quite realise I'm right near the end until I'm right near the end. Until I'm down to 2 colours, and then I'm like, oh, I've not got long. I don't know if anybody else is feeling the same, but I definitely am. Susan, she says, thank you for a fun day 6 whip and waffle. She says your cross stitch is gorgeous. She said something that she received lately, she said, is making her want to get back into counted cross stitch. She says she loves hearing plans about potentially bringing back Zesty Wolf and this advent calendar. She says also she loves hearing that there is a consideration for a new advent diamond painting project for next year. She said she would love an advent calendar in the traditional greens and reds as well. She says, but if you release this one again, she said she would buy it and do the replacements herself. She said this has been so much fun to work on. She's loved every minute of diamond painting on it, and she will be very sad to see it end. She said Sam and Giles, fantastic, great quality Sam and Giles, she said. And then she said, fantastic waffling, Rebecca. Thank you all for making December 2022 so bright. She says, love from Canada. Yeah, I just have so many ideas and not enough Christmases to put them into place. There's only so far in advance I can think. Otherwise, my brain will go ahead and plan out the next 10 years worth of advents. And then something new will come up in between and it will make me change my mind. But yeah, I always have loads of ideas. I mean, the charting is done for Zesty Wolf and for Advent. So it is something that we can very easily do. In fact, easily in the fact of, you know, putting work on Sam and Giles and stuff. But we are able to get more. They would take a while to get here because we would do the slower shipping method, but we can see when. I'll have a look at when that will be best to bring in. See when we can work it according to deliveries that are coming. Yeah, me and Sam often have long email chats, so we'll work out the best time to potentially get some reruns of these done and have them available for you guys while also working on potentially next year's. Look at the sparkle. It's got a sparkle in the top part as well as sparkle in the rest. Nancy, she says, freedom is coming along nicely. Thanks for the daily whip and waffle. And both Susan and Anne-Marie both say that they love the cross stitch. He said it's beautiful and amazing. Okay, I think that is it for today. Let me zoom out. I didn't get anywhere near as many squares in my black today. Maybe I've just got them all. Maybe they've all popped out already. But let's move my goodies over and bring my diamond painting back down. Oh, look at that. We've got little alternates. We get to fill in little gaps when it comes to these. So where are we today? Oh, number 10. We get a combination one for tomorrow. So we get to actually nestle some together. Oh, I love it. Completely random. Yeah, so join me for number 10 tomorrow. I will still keep going through your comments. Any catch up on, you know, the tail end of the comments when Advent is finished might be when I return from Australia, but keep the comments coming because I love just being able to chat through them, read through them, discuss them on each day. But yeah, I'm excited to do day 10, even though I've just finished day 9, which I absolutely love. The fact that you can see the house inside the snow globe is fantastic. Yeah, I just keep getting excited about each little individual image, and I feel like there's nothing like actually doing the advent calendar to really appreciate each little image, because you're focused on the one without paying attention to the rest. But anyway, that is more than enough waffling from me for today. So thank you all so much for joining me, and I'll speak to you all again soon.